There we go. Okay, sorry, we're recording. Team
Oh,
Huddle.
hey, Miss. I think Monica just said that that's Labor Day weekend. Is that?
In
Is that?
January. Maybe
Um,
that's Canadian. Is that? Maybe is it?
that from Monica?
Labor Day weekend is September, and the
Oh,
Memorial Day
yeah.
weekend is
Okay.
May.
Sorry, I was just reading as you were going.
Martin Luther
Oh,
King. Oh,
Martin Luther King. That's it.
cool. Probably is. That's great. Maybe people have that day off. That's awesome.
Oh,
Thanks,
oh,
Monica.
that's good.
Awesome. Okay, so that's when, yeah, Martin Luther King is the Monday after. Yeah, so you could stay
Got
next and make it a long weekend, which would be cool. The other date is for GTC. It's going to be in May 2019, and you might be thinking like, dear God, it's only September. Why in the world are people talking about GTC? The reason we're talking about GTC is because the registration for GTC typically opens in October. And FYI, we are like 8 days out from October. Isn't that crazy? Can you believe it? I kind of can't believe it, but it's true. So I'm going to see if I can find the date here. They will launch the registration. Yep, here we go. In October. The conference is May 16th, 17th, and 18th. Okay. And again, we'll be getting out more details on that, but it's like a Thursday, Friday, Saturday conference. It's in Las Vegas. No matter where you live in the United States, it is very affordable to get to Las Vegas. You can find any airline and they will fly in and out of Las Vegas for the most part. So it's very affordable, but just keep that in mind as you're planning because this is the global annual conference of the year. This is a major conference. This is one that you want to be at. It's not only going to be awesome for your business, and to me it's really a non-negotiable, but it's also so good for us personally. We not only get the personal relationships, we have a ton of fun, so much fun that we can't really share it with you. It's like one of those things of like what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So you won't get to hear all the stories until you actually participate in a Vegas trip, but we have a ton of fun. We learn a lot. It helps absolutely with your business. It helps elevate your belief. You build relationships, you get to network and mentor, kind of just have conversations with top income earners. It's just an incredible, incredible experience. So when we get into October, I probably will make a post on the Facebook team page about like, hey, if you've been to a past GTC, kind of share your experience, share what was valuable to you, just to really encourage everybody, as many people as can on the team to come. Okay, so those are the two kind of updates I wanted to just share you guys. I get it, it's a little bit long-term out, but like everything, it comes sooner than we think. So I see Lori's drinking some tea, and I am too. Holy buckets. If you do not have this cranberry fusion tea, you need to order it tonight. And you probably order like 4 boxes of it because it's delicious, and everybody that you share it with will thank you for it because it's just tasty, tasty. It's a great tea. Okay, so we are going to talk tonight about how we're going to close the month out strong. And whether you've been in Arbonne for 2 days or whether you've been in Arbonne for over 10 years like me, there's always something that you can be learning. Sometimes I think that we can come to a huddle, we can come to a training, and we can think like, okay, there's going to be something new. And many times it's not anything new. It's just new for what you're doing right now. It's maybe pertinent to the season that you're in your business. Maybe you're going to hear something and you're like, you know what, I've probably heard that 10 times before, but tonight it's catching me in a new way, or it's speaking to me in a new way. And so really my job as I am modeling for you all and really leading from the front is just to tell you what I'm doing in my business, what I believe has been beneficial in my business, what I believe will be beneficial for your business. And then you as the business owner, you get to decide what you want to implement, what you want to use, what you want to take away from the call tonight. Okay, so as we look between now and the 30th, how you want to be looking at this week is this is what we call close week. Okay, so we are starting the close week the next 7 days tonight. We will have opportunity to put in orders and close out the month. That's what a close means. We will have the opportunity to do that until next Sunday night. Okay, I get it that it's the weekend, but we are internet entrepreneurs. So the internet doesn't have weekends. It doesn't take holidays. you can put in an order on the computer at 10 o'clock on a Sunday, just like you can at 5 o'clock on a Friday. And sorry for my printer that's going off. I think Sonny's printing something for this craft project that he's doing for a kindergartner at the moment. So what I'm going to really encourage you all to do, because I understand the nature of schedules, the nature of people's lives, is I am going to really encourage you to work to close out as much of your business as possible by Saturday. Okay? And the reason that I'm going to ask you to do that, get a couple people here. I'm going to need okay. The reason that I'm going to really encourage you to do that is because Sunday can be a busy day for people. It can be the day that they're getting back to work. They're getting back into the routine of the week. And so I think that when we have close night on a Sunday night, it aids your business to close on Saturday night. Now, does that mean you don't do anything on Sunday? No. On Sunday, what's going to happen is you actually scoop in all the people that are like, oh, shoot, we were at a movie, we were at a concert, we were at our kids' sporting games, and they didn't get back to you, and you're like, hey, good news, I can still get it in today or tonight. Okay, so versus kind of collecting orders all week and then scrambling to try to get them in Sunday night from 10:30 at night till midnight. Don't do that to yourself. It's silly. Get orders and be putting them in as you're getting them in, okay? But I am going to recommend to kind of think of Saturday as your close night, and then everything that comes in Sunday is either going to be what you need to push to the next level, whether it's a promotion, whether it's a bonus, whether it's a qualification, or it's just going to be kind of like extra, like cherry on top, okay? So that's one thing that I wanted to just really have you guys as you're looking at this week. So the first thing when we're closing out our month is you have to believe that you can. You have to believe that you can, because there's a phrase, you guys have heard me say it a bajillion times if you've been around me, is whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. And so you set some goals when you started the month, when you signed up mid-month, maybe you signed up today and you've got some ideas of what you want to do. Don't renegotiate those goals because right now it seems like, gosh, that's really far. Like maybe you're sitting at a 0 and you're like, gosh, I really wanted to qualify for district this month with $2,500 in sales, but I'm at 0. I don't know how that's going to happen. Right now, before you even understand how it can happen, you just have to believe that it can happen. Okay, by believing that it can happen, doesn't guarantee that it will happen, but it will greatly increase the odds that it could happen. Because if you set out to think, this isn't going to happen, here's the deal. More than likely, it's just not. It's just not. And too many times in this business, I see people at this kind of juncture of their business decide, I'm going to do it next month. Okay? If you use the word next month out of your vocabulary right now, you will be next monthing your business for the next 12 months. Next month never comes. It's like the Garth Brooks song, Tomorrow Never Comes. It's the same thing. Like next month never comes. Because next month you think it's magical and somehow you're going to do all the things that you knew you were supposed to do this month, but you never did them. Well, they're not going to happen next month. You just do them now. You do them today. And you start to instill those habits in your business today. So you have to believe that you can. So one thing that I am a big proponent of is Post-it notes. I have Post-it notes everywhere. I have little index cards. What I'm going to ask you to do is whatever goal you're working for, whatever goal you wrote down on a piece of paper at the beginning of the month, get some Post-it notes, get some index cards, rip up some paper and put tape on it. I don't care if you're like, I don't have Post-it notes. I don't care what it is. And put, I'm going for, or I'm committed to 10,000 QV. I'm committed to 2 new business partners. I'm committed to 5 people doing 30 days to healthy living. I'm committed to 20,000 QV. I'm committed to 40,000, whatever it is. And put this on your bathroom mirror, in your bedroom, on your car steering wheel, in your office, on your kid's dresser, wherever above your kitchen sink, so that your brain is constantly being told what to think. We tell our brains what to think, and it will help when you visually remind yourself what you are working for. And what it will do is it will also help capture the thoughts that aren't serving you. The thoughts of, nobody's getting back to me. Oh gosh, I'm still so far away. Oh, I'm running out of time. Da, 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 da. This captures those thoughts and you're like, yep, but I'm going for this. And it just focuses you back and narrows you back in on what you know that you're going to do. Okay, so that's the first thing, is you're going to believe that you can. The second thing that you're going to need to do is you need to create some space in your week to work your business. Please hear me on this. Not everyone who gets a consultant account is looking to commit 10 to 15 hours a week. I know that. You probably know that, or you will know that, and that's okay. There's nothing the matter with that. If, however, you got a consultant account because at some point, whether in a year from now or in 5 years from now, you would like to be earning $5,000 to $8,000 a month, driving a paid-for Mercedes, and having the perks of a VP, which is probably what a lot of people captures their attention when they hear the overview. If that is what you want, then you have to be willing to carve out 10 to 15 hours a week, okay? And you have to be willing to do that consistently and then do it over time. So I don't think you're on a call on a Sunday night at 9 o'clock at night because you're not looking to be successful, because you're not wanting to make some income with your business. So if that's what you're wanting, then you need to carve out the time this week to invest in your business. So if somebody tells me, oh my gosh, this week is so crazy, my kids have 17 sports or events, and I've got work stuff and whatever it is, then you have to decide, I'm either going to reprioritize some of those things so I have time for my business, or I'm going to adjust the goals and not expect to have a great paycheck. You have to, it's one or the other. It's the same thing with like fitness or working out or training for anything. You can't think, okay, I'm going to go be super, great at running a half marathon and then not put in any time. This business requires some time. So you need to look at your schedule tonight, and you need to look at, when am I going to carve out? When am I going to prioritize my business? For some of you, you can chunk it out in like, okay, I've got an hour Monday night. I can, make some calls, or I'm going to have some overviews, or I'm going to do some follow up. And then I've got a person I'm meeting for lunch on a Tuesday, or, you can carve it out that way. You can carve it out with, okay, Monday, I'm calling these 5 people for follow up on my drive to work. And maybe you work your business a little bit more in like nooks and cranny time. But even in the nooks and cranny time, you can still work in those 10 to 15 hours a week blocks of time. But please understand that you can't grow a successful business. You can't grow anything successfully without investing the time, okay? So you have to know what your time looks like, and you have to put in the time, okay? So this is the last thing I'm going to tell you all about time, is I'm going to really encourage you. It's so good. I mean, we should just savor this tea. It's really so good. If you haven't tried it, order it tonight. I'm going to recommend that you track your time. Now, you don't have to do this in like an obsessive, got to get a spreadsheet, got to be, crazy about it, but just track your time and really see how much time you're putting into your business. And when I say track your time, track income producing time. Income producing time is calling people, following up with people, meeting with people, sharing with people. Time is not thinking about what you want to do with your business. Income producing time is not being on a call like this. Income producing time is not listening to training calls. Those 10 to 15 hours a week are income producing time. Okay, it's like, again, the analogy of working out. If a trainer says you have to work out 10 to 15 hours a week, every week for the next 6 months to achieve the results you're looking for, you don't get to count the time that you think that you want to maybe go work out this week. You don't get to count the time of when you are looking at new shoes or fitness wear online that you'd like to buy so that when you go work out, you look really great and you've got right equipment. That doesn't count as the time, okay? The time is when you're actually in the gym, sweating, running, lifting weights, working out. So it's the same thing in your business. Putting labels on your catalogs, scrolling through the website and reading incessantly about product knowledge is not income producing time. Too often people can think, I'm spending so much time at Arbonne. They're not. And I'm just here to tell you you're not. And why I can tell you that is I was one of those people. I thought about Arbonne all the time. I felt like I was doing Arbonne all the time, but I wasn't. So you just need to track your time and really carve out those 10 to 15 hours a week to do your business if you want to grow a successful business. If you're on this and you're like, my gosh, this girl's really intense. Like, what got her amped up on Sunday night at 9 o'clock at night? Sometimes it just happens like that. Don't feel pressure to do that. If you're like, I just want to be here and kind of learn about some products and have a good time, be a part of a community, you're welcome. We love you. Go brew yourself some tea and just kick back and watch all of us other crazy people, strategize on how we're going to go make some money this month. But if you do want to make money, you got to carve out the time. Okay. Third thing is you need to circle back with everyone in process. Everyone in process. There are people, I have a wipe off board here, and I have lists of people. Some of these people, you guys, have been in process a long time, like 10 touches, 15 touches. Now, I don't keep everybody on the wipe off board that I'm in process with, but I keep people on my wipe off board that in my mind are like high priority. I'd like to turn them quickly into a consultant, but some of them I've been having conversations with since May, June. We're into September. I'm still following up. I'm still giving them the next bit of information. I'm still, sending the text and following up with them. Okay. So if you're anything like me, you have texts that you read and forget to answer. Anybody? Me, all the time. So what you need to do is you probably need to get your phone out and scroll way up and go back. And maybe you're like my husband and like you delete texts on an incessant basis so that you only have texts that you're using. I am not that person. I think I have texts from like 2012 in my phone. So you scroll back up and you're going to be reminded of like, oh my gosh, I was messaging with this person or texting with this person and I forgot to send him a sample, or I forgot to answer the question, or this is where we left it. Same thing with Facebook messages, okay? If you have been doing parties or events and you have guest profile sheets, pull those out. Who are the people that said they would host for you last month or this month, and you just haven't nailed down a date with them? Guess what? It's no problem, but you need to follow up and you need to be, like when I started, one of the very first things I remember hearing was fortune was in the follow-up. And I've never forgot that. And it is absolutely true that there is absolutely fortunes to be had in this business for those that follow up. Okay. So you guys saw this, the little image of the statistic that I posted, I think last week of, how many touches it takes before somebody's going to say yes. And so we just have to be doing a good job of circling back with people, asking and finding out what information do you need to say yes to the business, and being really direct, you guys, in that way. You're not being weird. You're not being pushy. You're not being over the top. But if they're like, gosh, it all sounds great. I want to think about it. I want to look at the website. I want to try a sample. It's all normal. That's all awesome. But now you have to go back and say, okay, great. You've looked at the website, you've sampled the products, you've had some time to think about it. Are you ready to say yes? And you assume the positive. You assume the sign up. I don't say things like, so what did you think? I say, are you ready to move forward? Are you ready to say yes? Are you ready to get your account? I'm assuming that they're going to be a yes. Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I assume that they're going to say yes to this opportunity? If then they say, well, I'm just not so sure, then you ask, hey girl, no problem. What information do you need to help you make a decision? What information do you need to be a yes? Well, I don't know. There seems to be a lot of sugar in the protein. There's not, but you'll get things like that. Or, I just don't know if I have time, and you have to just chat through those things. If you get into those conversations and you're like, oh my gosh, this girl just told me her life schedule and she seems like she doesn't have time, I don't know what to say, then you say, you know what? It does sound like this is an example. It does sound like your schedule is really busy and I'm still so new at this that I'm not sure I have the best suggestions for you, but I would love for you to talk to my friend Lori, my friend Tara, my friend Edie, my friend Missy, who's been doing this a little bit longer. And I bet we could come up with some ways for you to really kind of see how you could fit this into your schedule. Okay? Don't be afraid to ask, you guys, for getting help on questions or objections to help. If you have somebody and they're like, oh, it seems like the protein has, too high a sugar, and you don't know how to answer that, then you say, hey, you know what? I hear you. That could be a valid thing. I don't really have a great answer for that, but I know my friend so-and-so does. So let me chat with her and then let me give you a call back because I definitely want to answer that and, want to have a good answer for that. So just making sure that you're asking for help and getting, circling back with people, getting their questions answered, really digging in, and just finding out what's keeping them from being a sign up as a consultant, what's keeping them from being a PC, what's keeping them from hosting. And the way you find out what it is you just keep asking the next question, not in a combative way, but just I'm trying to understand how I can best serve you, how I can best meet your needs. And so I really want to just kind of chat through that, and finding out what that is. Next thing is I would love to encourage, challenge, whatever word is going to work for you over the next 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, to find, if you don't yet have, 5 people that will do the next round of 30 Days to Healthy Living. Okay. It is our annual Drop a Pumpkin Challenge. People love the phrase. It's corny, it's hokey, whatever, but it's cute. And here's what we're encountering. September is like a January where people are like, okay, we're coming off summer, we're getting back into the routine of school and normal life, and we're not living at the lake, we're not on vacation, we're not doing all these things. And they spend September getting back into normal living. So sometimes people at that point will want to participate in the 30 Days to Healthy Living, but then you're going to have a lot of people who they've gotten back into the routine of life, and now they're realizing, I put on 15 pounds this summer because I ate like a crazy person, or I got out of the routine of, taking care of myself or whatever. And now that they're in the routine of life again, it's a great time for them to start the 30-day program because they're kind of like over the hump of school and getting back to routine and all those things. And so this is a great time for them to come in. It's also a great time, you guys, and you want to share things with people, not to be manipulative and not to be like, oh, what's the best salesy technique I can use? Don't look at it that way, but you're calling people to pay attention to things. Like the holidays are coming, and more than likely they're going to put on 5 to 15 pounds if they don't pay attention. So wouldn't it be better to get off the 5 to 15 pounds they put on at summer so that they're not adding 5 to 15 pounds in the holidays from the summer? Because now they're going to end the year, New Year's, at 30 pounds bigger than they want to be. You're not saying it to manipulate them into doing the 30-day program. You're saying it to just wake people up and get some attention, and people will be like, oh gosh, yeah, I didn't think about that. I didn't think about the fact that I probably should get, excuse my language, my ass in gear and clean up my diet and clean up my life and figure out how to eat so that I can go into the holidays and not be a total train wreck, right? There's a gal, her name's Rachel Hollis, you guys know her. she has a great book. She does a 90-day challenge for this last 3 months of the year, because she feels that people always want to start the year really strong and then end the year kind of as a, train wreck. And so she's challenging people to really take these next 90 days and commit to finishing well. So share that idea with people and just say, you know what, I want to finish well. And I want to take care of myself in my health. I want to take care of myself in my finances. I want to take care of myself in my relationships, in my stress levels. And so starting October 1, for me, it's going to be kind of like a New Year's, and I'm going to finish the year better than I started. Okay? So just, again, be looking for opportunities. And sometimes, you guys, some of you just got to get a little bit braver and just directly ask people, would you like to do the Arbonne 30 program? Okay? You're not going to ask people, hey, do you want to lose weight? That's weird. That's awkward. Don't ask people that, because they might not think that they need to lose any weight. But you can directly ask them, would you like to do the 30-day program with me? And here's the thing. If you haven't yet done a 30-day program, you need to be doing it October 1st. Because you need to know what it feels like to experience the program. You need to know how much better you can feel. You need to know what it feels like to give up sugar for 30 days. You need to know what it feels like to give up cheese, or whatever the things are that are the struggle for everybody on some level, so you can relate to your clients as you're then going to coach them through this. To me, when people are like, yeah, Arbonne 30, Arbonne 30, Arbonne 30, and then they're like, yeah, but I've never done it. It's inauthentic. If you're wanting other people to do it, then you need to be doing it themselves, okay? And so you're looking for people that not only want to lose weight, you're looking for people that just need to stop feeling like a piece of crap. You need to look for people that want to have more energy, that want to get better, help with their digestive stuff. Like and just be listening. Like, when people are like, oh, I got a lot of indigestion, oh, my husband's always burping, or, like whatever, or we don't sleep well at night, or my skin looks awful, or I've got this weird eczema patch, under my armpit, whatever. Like, so much of that is going to be related to their food and their diet. If you hear people using the words keto, paleo, Whole30, whatever, they're looking for a program. They're looking for some help, and you have the best program to offer them. Because unlike those other things I just shared, and I'm not going to bash any of those, but this is a lifestyle of teaching people a healthy relationship with food, helping them identify what does and does not work for their body, helping them understand when to take in what, and they're just looking for some answers. And so you have that to offer. So by finding 5 people who will do the 30-day program, you are going to add a great little chunk of change to add to your paycheck. If you are thinking, oh, I don't know if I know 5 people, then work smarter and you find 2, and you ask each of those 2 to find 2, and now you have 6 people. When I tell you to go find 5 people to do the 30-day program, you don't have to know all 5 of them. But every single person that's saying yes to the 30-day program, you need to be asking them, do you have 4 friends that would do this with you? They may have 4 friends, but hopefully they even at the very least have 1 friend that they can add to the program that you don't know, that's a referral, or maybe an acquaintance of yours, okay? So it's not always like, gosh, who do I know? It's your networking, your network, and who does my network know? Who can my network connect me to? Okay? If you have people that want to do something like the 30-day program, but it makes them nervous, or they don't have enough funds, whatever, offer for them to host so that they can earn the product. Or if just the idea of doing something like that for 30 days is really just kind of like way beyond where they currently are with their food or their nutrition or things like that, then I'm going to post up an image on the Facebook page. And we've done things like this before, but I saw it. I think it's clever. And it's called the Breakfast Club. And the Breakfast Club is someone buying a protein shake, a bag of fiber, and a Digestion Plus. Those 3 products, you all, for people that are not currently doing much in the way of nutrition, will start to greatly improve their diet, their nutrition, their digestive system. Okay? And then it's kind of like a baby step, like the Breakfast Club is kind of like a baby step into the 30-day program. Breakfast Club is like the 10-day, detox challenge, same kind of thing. But it's just got a cute little name. And most people they like the idea of having like a convenient, nutritious breakfast or lunch option, but we'll call it the Breakfast Club. Okay, so I'm going to post that and you guys can use that. All right, 2 more things I've got. This is the last month for people to sign up with the $49 sign up and a qualifying order of $250. Okay, so again, this is part of the follow-up. But going back to the people that when you started your business, if you could handpick 5 people that would do this business with you, if they are not currently in your business, circle back with them. Circle back with people who at one point said, yes, I think I want to do this. And then for whatever reason, finances, babies, jobs, school, whatever, they didn't pull the trigger. This is the opportunity. There's time urgency to it because it will end next Sunday, and just say, hey girl, I know you have been chewing on this potential of doing this business with me for the last 9 months. And I'm just going to tell you the summer promo that they've been running, it ends next Saturday. And I just don't want you to miss out on it, because here's the thing. At best, you're going to have a business opportunity that's mobile, that I can teach and train you to do what I'm doing. And in 12 months from now, if you decide you could be a VP with Arbonne, having a paid for Mercedes and killer monthly income, that's possible. At the very worst, you're going to get the deepest discount on products that you love and that are awesome for the next 12 months. Like this, you guys, is less than like a Costco membership. Okay. And one of the things I heard on a training just recently was when we're talking to people about the business, we want it to be a Snickers decision and not a mortgage decision, okay? We are heading into Halloween holiday time, which for most of us means that there will be buckets of candy, of bite-sized candy around our house that will become the bane of our existence, and we will not want it in our house. But if we throw it all out, our kids will lose their ever-loving minds. No, I'm just kidding. So, but here's the thing. If you have little Snickers around, if you have Reese cups around, yesterday I was just in a mood and I made chocolate chip cookies and I probably ate more than I even baked. You don't think about it. Like you're not like, hemming and hawing like, should I eat the Snickers? I don't know. I probably need to pray about it for 2 days. Or let me talk to my husband. You don't have to do any of that. You just unwrap the Snickers and throw it in your mouth and swallow it before you even have really like a thought about it. Okay. Versus a mortgage decision. A mortgage decision, you're like hemming and hawing about it. It takes 6 months to decide. You got to talk to lots of people. You got to check your bank account. You got to do all those things. Getting a consultant account with Arbonne needs to be in the category of Snicker decision, not the mortgage decision. People spend way more money at Target on a Tuesday night on their way home from work than they do starting their Arbonne business. So let's get over it. Make it a Snickers decision. Whether or not they want to invest 10 to 15 hours a week and build this business to the VP level, sure, that's maybe more of like a mortgage decision, talk to the spouse, kind of look at their life. Is this something we want to prioritize and plan for? That's fine. Signing up, getting a big discount for the next 12 months, Snickers. Okay, so tell yourself that when you go into conversations with people, expect this to be a Snickers decision for them, not a mortgage decision. Snickers. Snickers. Do you want it? Open it, done. Want it? Open it, done. Like very simple, very fast. Okay? But be telling people about sponsoring. If you're brand new, this is absolutely the best time for you to go build your team. Best time. Because on October 1st, price is going back up. This is like super exclusive sale. Price is going up October 1st. So work with some urgency over the next 6 days to get your first 5 consultants on your team with this reduced sponsoring special. Okay, and then last thing is book solid your first 10 days of October with activity. you're going to be booking this week. You know that. This is planning ahead so that when next Sunday closes and you open up your planner on Monday morning, you have appointments, you have events, you have overviews, you have products you're dropping off to people. You are ready to go because we have lots of outreach methods to get in front of people, right? You can do the overviews. You can do them in person. You can do them on Zoom. We have group events. This is product experiences. You can call them parties. You can call them shows. You can call them socials, events, product experiences. It doesn't matter what you call them. You're gathering people in a home, in a coffee shop, in a restaurant. I don't care where you, a bar, community center. It doesn't matter. You're just gathering some people. You're putting some product out. You're letting them play in it. You're telling them the full story of Arbonne product and business. Okay. Another option is you can drop sets off to people. Dropping sets off to people is putting product in a baggie like this. If you don't have these bags, you can get them on the website for $5, or you can just put it in a Ziploc bag. Doesn't matter, okay? You can do drops like this. I love full-size drops because it lets people take the product home. It lets them have a full product experience. Again, it's time sensitive. You're gonna pick it up in 72 hours, and then they're going to be turned into a client, a preferred client, a hostess, a consultant, one of those options, okay? So you have the drops. If you don't have the drops, you all got 10 samples in your startup kit. If you're out of samples, order some more samples. I do like the samples. They're not as time sensitive, but you can mail them. That is a benefit. Okay, so we have lots of methods of reaching out to people. So when I say book solid your first 10 days of October, what I'm telling you that, what I'm saying is figure out in the first 10 days of October how you're going to get in front of 20 people. Because the business plan always boils down to sharing the products in the business with 40 people in a month. That's kind of like the bar. That's the base. That's what we work to do. Okay. If you can get in front of 20 people in the first 10 days, you're going to set yourself up to have a really successful October. And I'm going to sidebar on that for just a second. I'm going to come back to that. So what does that look like? If you're like, okay, am I going to do 20 overviews in 10 days? You could do that. You could put 3 people on an overview and knock it out that way. You could go this week and book 2 events. At every event, tell the host to have 5 to 7 people there. You know, do a combination of stuff. Plan to drop off to 4 people in those first 10 days. There's all kinds of options that you have. But do I believe people can get in front of 20 people in the first 10 days of the month? Absolutely. I think people can get in front of 20 people in the first 4 days of the month if they decide to. It's just whatever you're deciding to do. But I'm telling you, if you want to be set up to have a successful October, which will then really set you up for this back half of the year, go figure out how to get yourself and the products and the business in front of 20 people. Okay, so last thing I'm going to say, this was my sidebar, circling back, is we are entering a time in the business, in your month, in your year, where other things are going to start wanting to pick at your time, okay? I have friends who have already told me, well, October's a wash. October's booked. It's busy with holiday or like fall festivals, pumpkin parties, kids sports. October's totally booked already, okay? That's maybe fine for them. It is not okay for us who are business owners. Don't get swept away in the calling of the immediate and forego the important, okay? You have a business to run. You need to run your business, if you want to be a business owner, every month through the end of the year. If you owned a shop, a hair salon, an insurance business, they're still going to have to navigate the holiday season. They're still going to have to navigate sports. They're still going to have to navigate all these other things. They don't get the option, probably more than likely because they've invested $50,000 to $100,000 and they have employees and they have people depending on them. They don't get the option to just close their business because life has gotten busy because it's fall and festival time and football season and tailgating and all of those things. Okay. If you're a business owner, you will work your business and you will prioritize the time that you need to put in your business regardless of the season of life that the year is. Okay. And so I just want to say that as a word of caution, because what will happen is that the immediate will be vying for your time, inviting, being invited to this, hanging out at this, tailgating here, football games here, whatever it is. And those are all good things. And you can do all of those things, but you can't do all of those things and build your business at the same time. Okay? So you just have to decide, what do you want most versus what you want now. And if what you want most is promoting to the next level, it will take priority over what you want now. And typically what we want now is just fun and convenient and, all of those things. And so I'm just cautioning you guys. I'm kind of giving you a word of caution because I've been in this business long enough. I've made these mistakes myself. And if you are not guarding your calendar and guarding your time, you will look up and you will be at the end of October and you'll be like, holy buckets, we were busy and we did everything. And I've got 97 pictures of my kids in pumpkins and Halloween costumes and candy corn. But my business didn't move forward at all. It actually went backwards, and I didn't sponsor and I didn't add anybody to my team. And if you end October that way, it makes it more difficult to grow your business in November, and it makes it even more difficult to grow it in December. If you want to have a great December, many times it will be impacted on how you end September and how you grow your business in October, because these businesses are 90-day cycles. So when people are yielding in a month, like say you're having a great September, you have to look back at what were you doing in April, May and June, because you're planting those seeds and you'll typically harvest them about 90 days later. So if you want to have a really great December and promote and have your best paycheck ever as we close out the year, it starts now. Okay, so that's what I wanted to share tonight. Anybody have any questions? You can unmute, comments, questions. I'll check the chat box. Yeah. Awesome. Okay.
Hey, Miss, real quick, do we have a flyer already made up called Breakfast Club? I know we've done like the 10-day detox, and I thought, are those the same products? I don't think the fiber was in there in the 10-day, right?
No, I have a little image. I'm going to post it as soon as we're
Okay.
off.
Okay.
I can actually post it now. It's another team made it, and I thought it was cute.
No, that's good. Yeah, that's a good
I will
combo.
say, I'm going to post it up here. Hold on a second. But I don't have like the price point on it. I'm just going to post it, and if somebody wants to I think it's probably like a new PC account. Yeah, because it says $135 plus tax, but we can even make an image that takes the price off of it. But yeah, I think it's great. I thought the image was cute.
Okay.
So an option.
I've just got.
We're not like adding people. We're not like adding people to a new group or anything like that.
Right. Just the
products.
Yep. I heard someone else talking asking a question.
Fallon, yeah. I was kind of in the same. I know we've got probably several new consultants on the team. I think it didn't hit me when I signed up the first time. I think it was like at the very end of the month, like in February or something this year, and I didn't really kind of take advantage of even the week that I had. And so what would you tell, and you've hit a lot of this tonight, what would you tell to win the week for our new consultants on the call tonight, just to kind of how to move them, because I'm just knowing from my personal experience, there was a week left and I was kind of in the mindset of oh, well, I can't do a whole lot in a week, but I've found I can do a whole lot in a day, and then he goes way, way, way up. And so I always think it's good to hear, I don't know, and you've touched on a lot of that tonight, but what would you tell the new consultants how to win the week this week?
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, and I think part of knowing how much can be accomplished in a week is understanding what has been accomplished. We have a gal on the team, Amy Gill. I'm going to give her a shout out. And in about the last, I don't know, maybe 8 days of the month, she went from 0 as a brand new consultant signed up, and she finished the month at over 10,000,
Wow.
10,000 in sales. And so you might be thinking like, holy buckets, does that happen all the time? No, it doesn't. But I share that because it's possible. And Amy's not the one and only person in Arbonne who has done that. There are handfuls of people who have signed up and in 5 to 7 days have become a district manager. If you are a new consultant or if you've sponsored a new consultant, go in and tag them in the breakdown of 10K, of 10,000. Breaks down, and I show you very clearly how to break down 1,500 in sales, because 1,500 in sales is very believable. It's chewable. It feels like, okay, yes, I can do that. I have no, idea how I would do $10,000 in sales, but I could wrap my brain around how I could do $1,500 in sales. And $1,500 in sales is a new consultant getting their 2 ASVP kits to get their business started. So they're buying their 2. They're teaching 3 people to do the 30 Days to Healthy Living program or to get the skincare nutrition or skincare pack or some combination. That's the 1,500. If they want to promote to district manager by the end of Sunday night, they go and teach 3 people how to do that same thing. Buy 2, sell 3, teach 3. Okay, so that just looks like getting after it. And I will tell you, as a new consultant, the benefit of being a new consultant is ignorance on fire. It's excitement. Like as a seasoned consultant, I can't run around being like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited, but I don't know anything. That doesn't go anywhere, because it's like, how do you not know anything? You've been doing this too long. When you're brand new, you don't have to know anything. You just have to be excited and say, oh my gosh, I really know very little about what I'm doing, but I decided to do this 2 days ago, or I decided to do this month, and I'm super excited about it, and I'm going to do the 30-day challenge, or I'm pumped about these products, or I love this business opportunity. Would you have 20 minutes and just to hear a little bit more? And you can do the overviews, or you can even just send them a video. You can send them the link to the 30 Days to Healthy Living info page that we have. You can just get excited. I think what you were saying, Fallon, is when you heard, kind of were like, oh, it's a week, it's like, well, there's not enough time for me to get educated. There's not enough time for me to understand what I'm doing. You don't have to know anything. And I'm honestly going to tell you, the less you think about in the beginning of knowing anything, and the more you just move forward in excitement, the quicker you're going to see results. Because ignorance on fire is always better than knowledge on ice. There will come a time for you to understand, how does the business work? How do you get paid? How do you explain to people, why the products are better? But right now, as new consultants, you don't need to know any of that. You are simply saying, I'm totally pumped. I'm super excited. I'm kind of nervous because I've never done anything like this before, but I'd love for you to hear about it. And Fallon, and you kind of pass the baton, like Fallon's going to tell you all about it, or Edie's going to tell you all about it, or Megan's going to tell you all about it. And you pass the baton to them, and that's the job of the sponsor, is to partner with you and say, hey, I can tell you the story because I've told the story 100 times.
Yes.
So that's where you really, and the sooner consultants can not only hear me on that, but heed me, which is heeding means hearing and then acting, the more successful they'll be the sooner. So if you have had your person that introduced you to Arbonne tell you, make a list of all the people you want to talk to, book 5 20-minute overviews, and book 2 launches, and you haven't done that yet, there is nothing else for us to tell you to do. Go do it. And go do it tomorrow. And go do it tomorrow before 4 o'clock. And start to set some time frames and parameters so that you will work with a sense of urgency, not panic, but urgency. And you will be surprised. Like if you went and got 5 people that wanted to do 30 Days to Healthy Living, it's crazy. You'd have almost 1,600 in sales. It's awesome. So just use that principle of just being excited and jumping all in. because you don't have enough time to learn everything, but that's not what's going to capture people's attention. Nobody is going to sign up to do this because you're full of knowledge. They're going to sign up to do this with you because you're full of enthusiasm and excitement. That's what it is. So that's what I would say to new consultants. Does that help?
I knew you would do well on that. So I was kind of like the other person on like, oh, I've got to figure out all the ingredients. And like I was waiting. So like, don't do that because that's what I did. So don't do that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when I have a new consultant, I mean, and they're not doing any like income producing activity and you're wanting me to explain to them how they get paid, I really kindly but bluntly tell them, when you go do some work, then I will tell you how to get paid. When you go make a sale, I will explain how you got paid on that sale. But there's no point for me to do scenarios with you of how you're going to get paid if you haven't made a sale, because you're not going to get paid. Like there's no point to tell them how to get paid on a sale that they haven't yet made. Go make the sale, go book the activity, and then we'll talk about how you get paid. And here's the awesome thing. Our upline, Dr. Deanna Osborne, I love a part of her story. So she is a board certified family physician. She was running a full-time practice. She promoted to district manager and earned a $600 paycheck with Arbonne before she even realized that there was a business to Arbonne. She just thought she was recommending really great products to people, and a $600 paycheck showed up, and she had promoted to district manager, and she went to Lisa, who introduced her to Arbonne, and said, why did I get this, and what is a district manager? Okay? Use that philosophy. Just jump in, go for it, and you will get the questions answered that you need along the way. So last thing that I'm going to say, this was one thing I forgot on the follow-up, is there's new products out. If you have past 30-day dayers, tell them that there's chai protein. Tell them that there's new cranberry tea. Go back to those people, and instead of thinking, oh, I got to go find more new, cultivate the relationships that you currently have and offer them what we have new versus going and finding new people. Okay. And every person, there's just so much there's new protein bars. Like there's so many things that you can just go back to your current clientele and say, hey, I didn't know if you're needing to restock any of your favorites. Just want to let you know we've got awesome new apple protein bars, some fun chai latte for, this time of year, it's great, and a delicious cranberry tea. Would you want to try any of those? Again, putting it out there, asking for the direct sale, and really capitalizing on the clientele that you've already built into the business. So that's what I would say. Cool. All right, it's 10 o'clock. I'm going to wrap this thing up. Thank you all so much for hopping on. Love you all so much. You guys do my heart so much good. I wish these didn't end at 10 o'clock because I get off and I'm kind of like amped up a little bit. But it'll be good. I'll get myself to bed. So, all right. Love you all so much. Thanks for hopping on. Yes, I want to